Hello there friends! Well, we experimented enough. Yesterday I released a video that wasn't quite in the channel's format, and I'm still waiting for your feedback under the video so I can understand where to take the channel next. But today let's go back to the usual topics and discuss the latest news about the pro scene. NPL officially transferred, new lineups were exposed in the first tournament of the season, and Simple and Blade talk about Navi and Cloud9. In general, as always, there are many interesting things, so without further ado, let's get straight to it. And we start with the official news. First on the list, MOUZ Sports. Sergey's brother Jim Fat finally moved to the main roster from the youth team. Many pro players and analysts consider him to be one of the top talents of the new generation. He would have joined the team earlier if it weren't for the ongoing VAC ban, which expired this year. Plus, the guy is only 16 years old. In short, MOUZ simply gathered all their best young talents, added Froze into the mix, and they're ready to dominate the tier 1 scene in CSGO. The average age of the team is just 20 years old, and that's because of the old man Torzi, who is 21. Otherwise, it would have been even younger. Now, finally, the official announcement from Imperial. As you know, Fallen and Cello left them for some incredible money, so they urgently needed to find 2 new players. They ended up with Henny and Phelps. The rotation of Brazilians are just crazy. There were many discussions about who would become the new captain of Imperial. Some sources say that it's Bolts, but I read on Reddit that it would be Vini, and their coach confirmed the latter option. Vini will be the new captain. And the official announcements don't end there. Following the footsteps of others, Sprout decided to announce their lineup. Rumors about them have been circulating for several months, and here's what it led to. Wonderful, Alpha, Zyphon, Spook, and Rals. Alpha will be their captain. It looks good, a mix of young talents and experienced players, although no one expects anything supernatural from this lineup. At least making it to a tier 1 tournament would be nice. And finally, the last official announcement is that NPL indeed moved to Bait. All the rumors were confirmed once again. It's currently a loan deal with a potential buyout. If it doesn't work out, they will return him to Navi. Actually, we learned about the new lineups mostly through the qualifiers for the Gamers 8 championship, but it's not exactly a big announcement. Meanwhile, Blade wished the young one good luck. Good luck, Andre. Keep training, you have great potential, you just need time. Unfortunately, it didn't really help him. His new team lost to Aurora and got eliminated, and NPL's rating was 0.77. By the way, B1AD3 got involved in a new major match-fixing scandal, but we will discuss that later. For now, let's talk about the new lineups we saw. Before the Gamers 8 qualifiers, there were rumors about Into the Breach. People said they were testing Bemus, although there was information before that he would join TSM, and now the latest rumors have been confirmed. ITB played together with Bemus and Neofrag, however they lost to MB and also got eliminated, so this might not be the final lineup. We also saw a new lineup for Zeus, and Monte played with Fessor, but they got eliminated as well. On carry once again formed a team with Smooya, included Fear, Joel, and the legend of Akuma, Jackie. And guess what? They were also eliminated. And the new Spirit lineup lost to Astralis. By the way, there were 2 cool mixes. First was with French players featuring Jax, Misuta, and Amanek, and the second one was the legends Forest, Get Right, and Neo. In general, we saw a typical mid-grinder in the open qualifiers. Obviously, all these mixes got eliminated. Only one team of all the candidates will go to Saudi Arabia to compete with the best lineups in the world for a prize of $1 million. All the top teams received them, and those who didn't got eliminated by various mixes, for example like Spirit and Astralis. It's interesting to think, if everyone had to go through qualifiers, who would actually make it to the end among the top teams? What do you think, guys? Write in the comments below. Now let's switch to other topics. What about Cloud9? When will the announcement come? The community is waiting for this official announcement more than for our New Year's Eve, and the players continue to tease us on social media. For example, here's Perfecto following Electronics' footsteps, appearing in Hobbit's esports club and taking a picture with his brother. Come on guys, we're tired of all the teasers and leaks, just give us the announcement already. Next, Shiro wrote that he really wants to play in the first match of the new season, and the nearest tournament for them is IEM Cologne at the end of July, so probably next week there should be an announcement. Meanwhile, the guys don't waste time and play with each other on Faceit. Electronic appeared in 3 consecutive matches with Shiro. His wife was also there, and Manisi then joined them. That would be a fun mix to watch. However, they lost all 3 matches, 2 in overtime, but the process is underway. First, Electronic plays with Cloud9's analysts, and now with Shiro. It's time to announce the new lineup. Guys, Guys, please, the whole community is waiting. And even Navi's Blade calmly talks about the new Cloud9 team. They had a big interview together with Simple at Deserto. Let's run through it. First, Blade said, I think Cloud9 looks good on paper, it looks really good. If the rumors are true, you have Shiro, Exile, Hobbit, Perfecto, Electronic. On paper it's kind of perfect, right? But maybe Hobbit will have a hard time playing with Electronic. We don't know. Or maybe Electronic will have hard time calling. Or the team might have a hard time playing with the way Electronic will call. But the potential is huge. Vitality, for example, only made one change. One change is always nice. We have done it before a lot of times. For example with Guardian, then we changed him for Perfecto. Then we replaced Flamey with Bit. We always made one change at a time, and it's easy. Even when Boomich left, we got SDY and we went to the grand final of Cologne. One change is nice. You can adapt step by step. I see how it's going, and I see what should be an evolving process. And I have also realized that building something is really hard, and it only takes 1 second to ruin something. We had been building the last roster and system for a long time, and it took a lot of hard work. A lot of arguments, a lot of ups and downs. People were upset and all this stuff, all we know this, but this is the step we had to take. We must go international for the future of the organization. And we know that this is the same process as before. I see the potential, but it will take time. We have 3 different players who came from different teams with different knowledge. This is like a broken system where you cannot take a player with a specific style you want, with a specific knowledge you need, because there is no philosophy in terms of the system. It means you're trying to build something, then you watch how they adapt and how you can adapt. For example, you're 23 years old and you have been playing for a long time, building something brick by brick, and then you need to throw it away. It's a very hurtful process for a person. I think we'll need to try different things and find a balance. What I think I will do now more is try not to pressure them with our stuff a lot. I'll try to give them more freedom in terms of what they like to do, and then I will see the strengths and the weaknesses. Out of this, we will slowly try to find out the balance and build something new. In terms of schedule, the perfect moment will be Pro League in Malta. We will have a big bootcamp before it. Now we're just coming off a break and the bootcamp will be very short. It's just like 7 days. I think it would be hard for a team that changed one player to have 7 days to prepare, and the same even goes for a team that didn't change anything, like FaZe. And for us, imagine how much we will change. We are building from scratch. We need a big bootcamp, and the only chance for that is before EPL. At the end of it, we will see what the future is like. We will have a clear picture of what we should do next. So, what do we have here? Blade is ecstatic about the new Cloud9 lineup, calling it perfect. As for Navi, he doesn't expect them to win anything in the coming months. As Blade himself says, it's a long process that will take quite some time. So let's see how the guys will play with this full freedom at Blast. And now let's move on to the interview with Simple. I would say it's interesting because it's something new, but at the same time it's pretty hard. New callouts, new info, everything's new. And we have new players who came from different rosters with a different mentality and playstyle. At the same time, for me, it's very interesting because he gets something new from them as well. My personal level is not better than it was last year. I don't want to make excuses. I need to play and find it again. I feel much more comfortable when I know what my teammates do, when we have the structure that we're trying to find now. And we're going to fix things all the time. As Blade said, we're going to see what's working and what is not. And we will need to find balance. In 2021 we were on the same page and everything was good. After that it was a bit hard. So yeah, looking forward to finding it again. And that's all from Simple. Well, here's what Nafany thinks about the new lineup.
Nafany, как тебе состав Нави? Ну, вроде неплохо на самом деле. Ну, типа, все очень скептично к нему относятся, но походу может нормально навалить этот состав. Там Firepower хороший. Все зависит от того, как типа Blade с Рекси поработают. Опять же, если с коммуникацией проблем не будет. Понятно, что будут, но имею в виду глобальных каких-то.
And finally, let's talk about the match-fixing scandal. I want to know that it mainly concerns the CIS scene. But in terms of such things existing in the pro scene, we simply cannot ignore it, and briefly we'll explain what the problem is and how it works. It all started on the Overdrive stream. They were discussing the Raider hackers and match-fixing. You can probably imagine that the Tier 2, Tier 3 scene is deeply involved in this, with almost every second team earning money through match-fixing or using cheats like Raider hacks. For example, here's what the setup of such a player look like. And a person associated with these businesses, someone who orchestrates it all, came to Overdrive's stream and decided to expose many teams. Again, there's no concrete evidence of anything, of his activities, of pro players using cheats or teams involved in match fixing. We're purely taking his word for it.
Больше года я нахожусь в 3.2 сфере. У меня есть огромное количество своих команд. У меня есть команды тир-2, тир-3 сцены, с которыми я работаю. Я был организатором определенных турниров и так далее. Да, и исходя из большого промежутка времени, у меня сложился огромнейший опыт в том, как это все организуется, как это все работает, да, и так далее. И, конечно же, для людей, для аудитории тема 3.2 очень сильно отдаленная. Очень редко, когда она вскрывается, да, и вот я среди первых, кто решил взять на себя ответственность, да, и немножко погрузить всех людей в эту сферу.
They basically discussed many tier 3 teams. Some of the mentioned players even had a chance to join the Spirit project, but when suspicions arose regarding the match fixing, Spirit just denied all of them. So this dude also basically leaked a lot of personal conversations and chats regarding some people and teams who were match fixing. He also showed the Raider hack. If you want to use such a tool, you need to pay around $4,000. And the most important thing is that the players themselves bet on their own matches, double the profit. Nice business, guys. The major problem with this Mafia dude is that he didn't have any solid evidence of the match-fixing incidents, only names and chat screenshots. So what do you think, guys? Should we believe him? After the stream, Overdrive released a full list of the teams they discussed, and surprisingly, Ikla and B8 were there. However, later it was reported that there are no proofs first, and the discussion was about previous lineups second. Interestingly, the list includes Team 500, and one of their players recently joined Liquid. Wait, does that mean that there's a potential Raider user at the tier 1 level? So anyways, what conclusion can be drawn from this? It's no secret that the tier 3 scene is deeply involved in match fixing. But as always, there's hardly any concrete evidence. Honestly, I'm really skeptical about such leakers from the start, because there have been many of them before. Some claim to know something but provide no proof, while others promise to expose everyone, but in the end, nothing changes. Basically, this mafia continues to exist, and all these leakers just generate hype. But I haven't seen any real consequences. There have been a couple of investigations, but the rest continue to play as they did before. Yes, such hype damages their reputation, but teams still invite them to tournaments, and everything is okay. Even 500 managed to sell their player to Liquid. And in the end, Overdrive and Monacy summed it all up.
Просто. Бля, это тупо, наверное, это тупые люди так делают. Просто тупые. Прикиньте, вы просто играете какую-то официалку, стараетесь, там с командой тренируетесь каждый день, заходите на официалку, играете на ХЛТВ и, проигрываете типам без шансов просто. Вот ты думаешь, что не так? Что не так вы делаете, что вы так проигрываете? Что не так? Там ругаетесь, значит, ссориться, может быть, исправлять ошибки какие-то, а типы просто против вас с каким-то радаром ебашат. Просто с читом. Мне кажется, мы когда в Navi играли, мы против таких же играли, там пару было. Не буду говорить, кто.
И самое главное, когда вам 16-17 лет, когда вся карьера впереди, подумайте миллион раз, когда вы связываетесь с какой-то такой нечистой компанией, когда вы встаете вот на темную сторону, вы руините свои карьеры. Как только всплывет вот эта информация, а вам всего лишь 18 лет, вы никому нахуй не будете нужны. За примерами ходить далеко не надо.
Well, friends, Blast starts really soon with almost all the teams in new lineups, so there will be lots of content. To make sure you don't miss anything, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will try to provide you with the fastest and freshest news, match highlights and interviews. And as always, I won't say goodbye for a long time. See you soon.